us a little bit about how this big experiment is actually going at home. What's working, what's not working?
Yeah, thanks for having me on the show, Emily. It's been amazing to see that in our user base, so we have over 100 million users crossing business and education, that actually it's been the teachers who are leading the charge, and they're getting up to speed how to work from home in an effective way faster than anyone else. So as we see countries and schools shutting down, we see actually the teachers among the first to come online, and in a matter of 2 weeks, they are 40xing the usage of the video part of our presentation tool. So they are now providing the lessons in many ways for also the business way of doing video conferencing. And so some of the things that we're seeing is that, first of all, human connection is what drives the ability for students to learn, but in many ways for businesses to collaborate as well. And so these teachers are showing up with their faces, not just through emails, but through video. And the second thing that they're doing is they're realizing that you can't sit in front of the computer for 8 hours a day. So while we were at work or in school, we could be with our colleagues 8 hours a day, but that's not possible when you're working from home. So a lot of the times they're pre-recording lessons, assignments, and then they're calling groups together for discussions, and that is some of the most advanced ways of remote collaboration that we see in businesses, but the teachers get it immediately in just 2 weeks. And then the third part is our bread and butter, the visual communications part, which is essentially that even though you're on a video conference, you need to still have strong visuals to focus the conversation, to explain your ideas. And so little did we know when we, in November, we launched Prezi Video, that this would become so pertinent to so many people so quickly. But what you can do there essentially is to be a newscast person without having a studio set up. Anyone with an ordinary laptop and a cam can add those visuals into their video conferences or record them onto videos. And as you can imagine, this is unleashing a lot of creativity for people.
You know, my kids are doing this as well, and I wonder, should we as parents be worried about all the screen time, even if a lot of it is now more interactive, online worksheets, productive, not just sort of passive viewing, given that it is happening sort of hours on end?
Well, I think it is important to take breaks and obviously go away from the screen, but for all intents and purposes, sitting by a desk isn't necessarily that different. Having said that, of course, you know, we should be mindful of how to have a good working day, even if we are now having to do that from home. So again, you know, giving people flexibility to be able to consume the lessons at their own pace, but then making sure that you still have a community feel of getting together in shared meetings, I think is also important.